This is the gift code. I will pin it in the comment section down below. Thanks, bye. Hey guys, we covered the first 3 stages from the event besides the Eclipse already, with Shelter in the Wind, Observation Point and Journey of Escape. So now it's time to jump into the Imagination Palace and cover those 4 stages as well, starting with stage 1, Drifting Away. There are 2 things that you have to keep in mind here, or maybe even 3. Like, first of all your enemies are from the mineral afflators, and therefore you have an advantage if you use characters with these star afflators. You can see here under strategies, enemy damage increases as enemy numbers decrease. Aim for some, that doesn't matter, right? You can completely ignore this. This is irrelevant, 100% irrelevant. What matters is that the boss, the white creature in the front, has 3 stacks of thick skin, and he renews them every single round. But every time you attack him, he loses one of those stacks. So you want to make sure that you use your quote-unquote weaker incantations to attack him first, so he loses all 3 stacks. And when he lost all 3 stacks, due to you using your quote-unquote weaker incantations and you trigger extra actions and stuff, and he lost all of his 3 stacks, then that is where you go nuts and use your strong incantations, right? There's another thing to keep in mind, but it is not too punishing either. It is, when attacking a unit that has not attacked this unit this round, damage bonus is plus 50. That doesn't matter too much, as you will attack him with pretty much everyone on your team anyways. I will show you how this looks in battle right now, so let's go.
Playtime, boys and girls.
Yeah, you can see the creature in the front. He has 3 stacks of thick skin. So, as I said, what we want to do is we want to attack him first with our quite weaker incantations, right? That for me would be, for example, this Mrs. Bubble incantation. Then he loses 1 stack, and some incantations, they sometimes trigger here twice, so that makes everything much more easy. Yeah, you can, like, if you use like mass attacks or 1 target attacks, it doesn't really matter. And you can see now this guy lost all of his stacks of thick skin, and now we can just simply go nuts on him and do what would deal the most damage. Again, star afflators characters do a little bit more damage here than usual. There is a banner for Windsong right now, so you consider pulling for Windsong, as I said many times in my previous videos as well already. And as you might have just noticed, they can do quite heavy single target damage. If that gets too much for you, then you have the character Fatutu, as this is a must pull and a must have. So you can just simply use here her buff incantation to negate this single target damage easily, and then this fight will be even more walk in the park than it already is. Again, 3 stacks of thick skin, as we can see, so we use our quote-unquote weaker incantations, and then we can go nuts, right? And that is pretty much all the fight. You can see we reduce the stacks also because extra attacks, they trigger, right? Extra actions. So that makes this even easier. And yeah, the tip at the beginning, with the less enemies there are, the more damage they do, it is completely irrelevant. All that matters is that you focus this white boss guy here in front down, and you keep his thick skin stacks in mind a little bit. And that's all about there is to this battle, right? Very simple, very straightforward, and free win, honestly. You have a star afflators character, guaranteed. Probably even Windsong, which would make this fight easier than any other character. And you have Fatutu to negate their damage, so yeah, you are like completely free to go here. You are in no danger, and everyone should be able to beat this battle if they watch my channel. simply because you will have access to the necessary characters that excel in this battle. As you know perfectly what to pull for. And there we go. That was a complete walk in the park. And stage 2 will be not much different. As again, Fatutu absolutely shines here. And that is because these enemies, they inflict stacks of frostbite to you. Every one of those enemies does that. And you have to cleanse the frostbite debuff before it reaches 5 stacks. And Fatutu does that every single round if you want to, from all of your characters, and all frostbite stacks are gone by using her debuff spell. So that is nothing you have to worry about at all, but yeah, keep an eye on that. So you actually use Fatutu's debuff incantation to cleanse those frostbite stacks before you freeze. And that's it. An additional note here is you can see mass attacks deal 25% less damage, but in exchange, one target damage incantation deal 25% more damage. So yeah, use one target spells and keep in mind that if you use mass attacks, they will deal a little bit less damage. Let's jump into battle. And let's see how this looks and how these frostbite stacks are accumulated actually. Yeah, again, all of your enemies here are from the Star Afflatus, so if you bring characters from the Plant Afflatus, you will deal more damage than you usually would.
Charging. Faraday's miracle. Down.
And even that mass attacks damage is reduced here by 25%, that doesn't mean you should completely refrain from using. You can still use mass attacks here. They just deal a little bit less damage, that's about it. But yeah, plant type Afflatus characters with one target spells, that's the most efficient way to go here. And now you can see all of my characters are inflicted with stacks of frostbite. You can see this right here, 3 stacks of frostbite. Lucy has 2 stacks of frostbite. And now if you simply use this incantation here of Fatutu, the debuff incantation, then all of those frostbite stacks will just vanish and be gone. There you go. Just we cleansed our entire team from all stacks of frostbite by just using this one incantation. And this incantation and the character Fatutu makes this fight here as well also a walk in the park, just like stage 1. You see here, Mrs. Bubble has 4 stacks of frostbite, my other characters have a few. It doesn't matter, just use Fatutu's debuff and boom, they're all done. Yeah.
Loading. Eliminate target. The light that illuminates all.
Yep, and there you go. So Fatutu's debuff incantation is the way to win here, the key to success. Then we have stage 3, which is called Educational Challenge, and this one is pretty much the most simple and basic one of all those stages. They pretty much do nothing but be a little bit annoying, as when they get low HP, then they will gain shields and damage reduction, all that jazz, right? So what they do is they inflict your characters with poison and pollution. But then remember, we have Fatutu, everyone has Fatutu, and Fatutu has a debuff incantation that cleanses all these things at once from all of your characters with just this one incantation. And again, she is the key to victory here.
Target confirmed.
Otherwise, since these enemies, they could survive a little bit too long, and this pollution and poison stuff that they do could get out of control. But with Fatutu, it doesn't matter, right? It's like it doesn't even exist. See, poison, pollution, all that jazz everywhere, and we just don't give a fuck because we have Fatutu. See, all the debuffs that they just inflicted are completely gone just by this one incantation, and that's it. That's the battle. Like we could already move on. Stage number 4, Wandering Returnee, and those enemies, they are first of all from the plant afflators, so you will be golden if you bring characters that can deal damage and are from the beast afflators. And those enemies, they have stacks on themselves called mutation, and at the start of the round they gain 4 stacks of mutation, and after being attacked they lose 1 stack though. But if at the end of the round they have 3 stacks of mutation or more, they evolve, right? And if you want to prevent it, it will, spoiler alert, not always be possible though. So mass attacks and beast afflators characters, are golden here. You can see mutation 4 stacks. All of those enemies have 4 stacks, and you want to get them to below 3 stacks so they don't evolve. That would be the best case scenario. So bring attacks that would attack all 4 of them, right? It's like, as I said, like pretty much impossible though. Some of these enemies, they will evolve. That's pretty much guaranteed. So don't worry about this too much. Just deal like as much damage as you can. You will not be able to prevent all of them from evolving anyways. But you can prevent at least like 1 or 2 of them from evolving. See, now they have 6 stacks. Like how there's no way to possibly stop this. Sure, yeah, you can like argue with extra actions and all that stuff, but even then, like, it's pretty much not gonna happen. So they evolve regardless, you know. All you can do is stall them out a little bit, or maybe stop one of them from evolving. You see, with extra actions, it is not impossible. Now attack, see, he will have 2 stacks of this, and he's even stunned, so he will not evolve. And we stopped at least one of them.
Oh look, you are not welcome here.
Yeah, there we go, see, with an extra action, boom, we stopped 2, so that's pretty much all you can do here. And that's all this fight is about as well. We can end it here. And now you know everything about all 4 battles, everything that you have to know. And yeah, if you keep following what I said, then these battles should not prove to be too much of a challenge. I hope that was informative and fun. If you like Reverse 1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.